What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestle Fury. Always a pleasure to have you guys here. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and joining the family. We'd love to have you guys. It is Wrestlemania weekend. I did live stream the whole Wrestlemania 38 night one over on my Off Tap Live channel, so if you want to check out that reaction and things, you can go over there to watch it. I can't stream on this channel yet. It's still a new channel. I don't have streaming ability. As soon as we do, I will do streams over here. But I want you guys to subscribe so we can start doing stuff like that on this channel. And, I'll bring you the best wrestling news and content and updates and yada yada right here on Wrestle Fury. With that being said, let's dive into WrestleMania. I know that's why you're here. Cody Rhodes is the big news for WrestleMania 38 night one. As we suspected, as we all hoped for, as we were told was going to happen, it did actually happen, and I got emotional, guys. I literally was like in tears. I was just so freaking overwhelmed with so many feelings, because this was like the prodigal child coming home. This is like, he was 100% a WWE guy, to see him come back after the whole AEW thing was really just a momentous moment, because he came back on his own terms. He went out, he had goals, he had things he wanted to achieve. He came back bigger than he left, and he did it his way. He was actually able to be Cody. He was able to be him. It wasn't WWE's version of Cody, it was Cody's version of Cody, and that was super dope to see. His theme, he's used it in NWA, he's used it in freaking Ring of Honor as well, so that music, that theme is something that was very Cody, and he's used it for a while. Of course, he used it in AEW as well, but to see the American Nightmare persona and that whole just attitude that obviously he created in AEW, brought over, was really dope, really cool. And it was kind of a low-key shout out to AEW in a sense, by allowing Cody to come to WWE and present himself as he did over there. That is going to be really good for future potential AEW current stars over there that might want to see what the pastures are like over in WWE land. Well, only time will tell, but for now, let's just all freaking just really just be appreciative and gratitude and embellish the fact that Cody Rhodes is back home in WWE, where he belongs. And I'm super excited. I know his dad up in heaven is excited, and that is freaking just dope. He even paid tribute to his dad in the match. He did a couple dusty moves in the match. It was really dope, man, and I'm freaking all for it. Can't wait to see what's next on the agenda for Cody. But let's talk about some other matches, because look, I could talk about Cody all day long, but I might as well talk about some other things that happened on the night. The first match was Usos and Shinsuke Nakamura for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. That match, I was surprised. I actually really thought there was a good chance that the Usos could lose, but they actually pulled off the W. Unfortunately, Rick Boogs did get injured in that match as well, which that is very unfortunate. Apparently he's going to need surgery even, but from what they're saying, he should be okay. It's not anything that should keep him out permanently or anything like that. So we wish him a speedy recovery, and hopefully he's back before we know it, because I actually like Boogs. I think he's fantastic. He is definitely more than just a Freddie Mercury lookalike, that's for sure. Okay, we've got Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin next. I wasn't really feeling that match. Nothing that I was really too excited about personally. But that being said, they both know how to wrestle. They both know how to do a good job in the ring. And one thing I did like about that match, though, I did like when freaking McIntyre freaking pulled out his freaking sword and freaking split the ropes, dude. He cut two of the ropes completely. The whole ropes just collapsed around the ring. That was pretty cool. That was pretty dope. I don't know, I just wasn't really feeling that story between them two. I haven't really been feeling the madcap and all that thing either. But that being said, they did their thing, and they both know how to wrestle, so it was okay. But it wasn't anything that I personally was looking forward to on the night. The Mysterios versus Miz and Logan Paul. Guys, this right here was a great match. I actually really enjoyed this match. I was impressed by Logan. I knew, though, that Logan, if you've watched anything that Logan does, anything that Logan says, he actually puts 200% into it. And he does have a wrestling background as well. So you take all that into consideration. He's a natural athlete. He is freaking been boxing people like Mayweather. The guy knows how to put in the work, put in the effort, to stay disciplined, to get the job done, to entertain, to put on a show. He is an entertainer. He's a YouTuber. He's a superstar. He proved that tonight. And look, if he wanted to have a career in WWE, he could very easily do it. He looked better than some other freaking wrestlers that I've seen over the years. He looked better than a lot of those guys who've been doing it for a long time. Definitely has the look and has the fan base already. If I was WWE, I would definitely be pushing to get Logan in for a freaking 2-3 year contract. Let's see what he can do. One of the positive things as well is that they, I said this in my predictions. I was actually saying, are they going to further the storyline? Is this something that's going to continue? This will determine whether or not Logan Paul and Miz wins or they lose. This was something I knew. I knew it. I was like, look, if Logan Paul and Miz wins, that means the story is going to continue. They're going to have more Logan appearances. And if the Mysterios win, that means it's probably done for a while. So with that being said, they did win, and Miz freaking backstabbed, freaking double-crossed, freaking absolutely sucker punched Logan, betrayed him, and that was uncool. But they had to do that, obviously, to continue telling a story, which is great. We will see probably Logan and The Miz further down the track, probably at Backlash, WrestleMania, or freaking SummerSlam somewhere. It will happen. I'm all in for that. I can't wait to see that. That is going to be a fantastic match. But shout out to The Miz and Logan Paul. They got it done. They did a great job. Also, I want to just give a freaking shout out to everyone's ring gear. Looked fantastic. I mean, everyone looked $1 million. Everyone looked really good. It was a fantastic effort on the design team, everyone in the backside of WWE, freaking all the freaking actual WWE talent themselves. Like, everyone really ran this WWE WrestleMania in such a flawless and perfect way. There's nothing that I could fault or complain about. It was so good. Visually, always good. WWE's production values are always going to make anything look good. They can make a freaking piece of bread look good. That's WWE. Freaking awesome. Moving on. Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair got it done. High energy. So many roll-ups throughout this whole match. I was absolutely just freaking blown away by just how many times they were freaking rolling up. So many almost freaking 3 counts. It was just incredible. And you was on the edge of your seat. You didn't know, was Bianca going to get the win? Was Becky going to retain? I freaking predicted Bianca was going to win. I felt that it's a redemption story that needed to happen, and it was going to happen now once and for all. They've been building towards this for a minute, and it did happen finally. It was super awesome to see Bianca get that W again, get her championship back. Super awesome. Freaking an incredible match. I could easily say this is probably one of 2 best matches of the night. I would definitely say one of my favorites, and definitely well deserved. They put on a show, a wrestling clinic. They did a job well done. This probably should have been the main event. If you were, co-main event, I should say. Obviously, Stone Cold at the end was perfect. They did a great job. We'll talk about that in a second. But the co-main event, the Ronda Rousey and Charlotte was right before Stone Cold, and I felt like Bianca and Becky definitely did a better job of really just putting it all out there and putting it on the line really putting on a real great show. Not saying that Ronda and Charlotte didn't do a good job. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that some people did it better tonight. That's it. Every night you have people. Sometimes it's not your night. Sometimes someone else is going to shine brighter. It just is what it is. It's not put down because everyone did a fantastic job tonight. But I think probably my biggest reason why I'm putting the Charlotte match down with Ronda Rousey mainly is because Ronda didn't win. She didn't retain. She didn't win, not retain, but Charlotte retained. Ronda didn't win. That was a real shock to my system because I predicted that Ronda would win. I thought for sure she would win. And they let Charlotte freaking win. I don't understand that. But I get it because it's probably going to further the story along longer. We'll see a rematch at Backlash, WrestleMania, or freaking SummerSlam. And eventually, before this year ends, Ronda will get her championship back. That's for sure. That's a given. Moving on, let's talk about Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes. We've already kind of talked about that, but just a further great match. Freaking awesome. Super polished. Super good. It was a real good match. The energy levels was off the charts, obviously. Everyone was just all freaking super just invested in this because Cody had come back. Everyone was into this. Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone was freaking just larger than life in this match. They both felt like real just superstars, which they are. They've earned that. Seth freaking Rollins looked great too. He came out. He looked good. He had a great entrance. Seth is Seth. You already know he's always going to bring it to the party. And Cody, absolutely incredible. They put on a great match. They put on a great show. I enjoyed it. That's my one of two favorite matches of the night. It was this match and Bianca and Bex. So really enjoyed it though. Really good stuff, man. And like I said earlier, he did do the little dedication to his father. His father would be so proud. And I can't wait to see what's next, man. It's going to be really good to see. WWE, in particular Raw, definitely needed another kind of superstar person other than, Brock and, the usual suspects. Right now, they kind of needed someone else to come in there. So it's good because WWE was let go of a lot of their guys who actually were in that upper echelon of, the company. The Fiend, for example. Like, still don't understand that decision. That still freaking drives me nuts. They couldn't get the job done in getting people back like, Bryan Daniels. Couldn't get him back. Couldn't get back freaking some other amazing people. And they let some other people go, as you guys know, that they shouldn't have let go. I don't think they should have let go of Killer Cross. There's all these people who could have really just been huge in WWE that are gone. Adam Cole, baby, man, come on. Like, how do you let someone like Adam Cole slip? I would have offered shares in the company if I had to let some of these guys freaking stay. But it is what it is, man. It's good to see someone awesome come to WWE for a change instead of everyone leaving WWE. So going to AEW. This is really great. So again, I really loved it, and I'm glad Cody's back. So moving on, we had the Charlotte Flair Ronda Rousey match. Again, yeah, it was disappointing to see Ronda not walk out with the belt. I was a little bit shocked, but it happened, and that means that further down we're going to get these two again. Probably we're also going to get eventually Ronda with the belt again. Maybe they're planning to kind of stretch this out so that when Ronda does get the belt, they can do a title versus title match or something like that for next year's WrestleMania, like they've done with this one, with the Roman and Brock. So we'll see. I don't know, but it's early in the year to be talking about next year's WrestleMania already. But yeah, it was okay. Ronda showed us some new moves and stuff that she hadn't used, some other stuff in her arsenal. She's definitely been putting in the work to increase her range of moves, her arsenal of things that she has to bring besides only the armbar or something like that. So she looked great. She did a great job. You know, they're both good at what they do, but I think it's the disappointment of Ronda not winning that has kind of brought it down a peg for me with that match, because I really wanted Ronda to win, obviously. Okay, so moving on, then we had the last match, which was Stone Cold Steve Austin and KO. And a lot of people were talking about wondering if Stone Cold was actually going to wrestle, or was it just going to be an appearance on the KO show, a stunner, a couple beers, and give me a hell yeah, and then that'd be that. But no, they actually sat down, they were on the KO show, and then basically KO said, hey, look, I lied. I actually wanted to talk to you about having an actual match. No holds bar. And freaking Stone Cold obviously got a crazy pop. The whole crowd was there for it. The whole crowd was like freaking, you know, he was playing with the crowd, doing his what's and all that kind of stuff, as you guys know, with the crowd. And finally, he basically said he'll do it. They did it. They actually had a proper match. It was great to see Stone Cold out there, you know, especially considering, you know, his injuries and things, his knees. You know, he's not been wrestling in an actual match in a minute. So, you know, it was great to see him out there, though. He did a fantastic job. He drank more beers than I think I've ever seen him drink, though, in any match. He was just guzzling down. I think he had like 20 or 30. He's really promoting his beer brand of how good it is. Like, I don't drink beer, but now I want one just because he freaking just had so many. I thought it must taste good. But you know, it was good to see Stone Cold out there. Stone Cold took some nasty bumps out there too, man. Like, there was a couple slams. He got freaking just slammed by KO on concrete out there. They went out in the fans. They were fighting in the audience with the fans and stuff. Really cool. I bet the fans would have just eaten that up and loved that, to be able to be close to the action, to see Stone Cold close and personal like that. And he was in his hometown as well. So, you know, everyone there has nothing but Stone Cold love, of course. And then Stone Cold even freaking slammed KO up on the top of the freaking ramp up there, freaking a few times. It was slamming him and punching him, kicking him all the way down the freaking ramp. KO was just rolling down the ramp and stuff. When he first came out, you know, took the pop, did all that kind of stuff when Stone Cold first came out. And then afterwards, he went back up inside the ramp, came out on his ATV, which I was like, yeah, signature Stone Cold. It was so good, man. That was an awesome way to end WrestleMania. The nostalgia thing always is awesome and works. And, you know, Stone Cold got a freaking fantastic pop, as he should. Freaking KO is awesome at what he does as well. Give KO some props. He stunnered freaking Stone Cold with his own move. That is insane to see Stone Cold taking a stunner from freaking KO. That was crazy to see. But then Stone Cold stunnered him like freaking 2 or 3 times or something. And he did his traditional get Byron from the freaking, you know, the freaking, I can't speak now. Freaking, you know, the freaking broadcast team. Man, he came over and had a beer, did the cheer. I'm like, you're silly. How do you not know what Stone Cold does? You're getting freaking messed up right now. You're going to get stunned. And he did a stun. Sold it really well. Byron sold it like a champ, man. Really, really well. So, really enjoyed that. This WrestleMania Night 1 was really good. Night 2 is going to be hard. I think Night 2 is going to have a hard time living up to Night 1. Of course, there are some great matches tomorrow. You know, let's not get it twisted. Tomorrow night, you know, you've got Roman and Brock, obviously, which is the main event tomorrow that everyone's waiting for. The match of matches. That's going to be awesome. Unified title match, obviously, going to be fantastic. And also, you've got the fatal four-way tag team women's championship match. Is going to be freaking awesome. Lots to look forward in that match. I think it's going to be really good. You've got the Raw tag team guys match as well. There's a few things going on. So, you know, tomorrow's going to be okay. Oh, Pat McAfee. And you also got Johnny Knoxville. So there's some fun things happening tomorrow. But I think tonight will be the highlight of WrestleMania. I think that it's going to be hard to beat Cody's return and Stone Cold's return as well. I think those two things going to be hard to beat. I think that's going to be the talking points, especially Cody. Everyone's going to talk about that. Everyone's going to remember WrestleMania 38 as the day that Cody came home. Stone Cold, after a huge hiatus, came back for one more match. Also, I didn't mention Undertaker came down again as the Hall of Fame. You know, they do the whole Hall of Fame inductees, little promo for those guys, and he came out and got to a huge pop, which is good to see, because, you know, when he actually did his farewell last match thing, not last match, but, you know, his farewell thing that time during the COVID, he did it with freaking the virtual freaking TV monitors, you know, the Thunderdome things. So, yeah, unfortunately, you know, he didn't get an audience. He didn't get that. He didn't get that experience. So it was great that finally the fans got to pay him the proper respects that he deserves as being one of the greatest, if not the greatest, wrestler in the history of wrestling. Like, he is an icon, he is a legend, and he's loved by everybody. So a great thing to see him there. It was just great overall. Really awesome. Really nothing to complain about. Nothing at all. The Steiner brothers also, you know, made their appearance with the Hall of Fame, which is dope as well. It was great. Nothing to complain. Nothing to complain. One of the best WrestleManias in a while, really. Really good stuff. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my completed review of night 1. Tomorrow I will do a review of night 2. And thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all you guys. As I said, if you want to check out the live stream reaction of this, go over to Off Tap Live. Love you guys. As always, remember to much to the fullest. Keep it off tap. We're out.